The royal hall of Egypt shimmers with golden light. A tall man in fine clothes steps forward, eyes full of tears. "Brothers," he says softly, "it's me, Joseph." The brothers freeze. "Joseph? But we sold you long ago." Long ago, in a land called Canaan, lived a cheerful boy named Joseph. He had 11 brothers, and he loved to dream big. One night, Joseph dreamed that tall bundles of wheat bowed down to his bundle. Another night, he dreamed that the sun, moon, and stars bowed before him too. Joseph ran to tell his family. "Someday," he said excitedly, "I think something wonderful will happen." But his brothers frowned. "Why would we bow to you?" they grumbled. They grew jealous, especially when their father gave Joseph a beautiful coat of many colors. "Tap like if you love brave heroes." Still, Joseph never stopped being kind. He helped his father, cared for the animals, and hummed happy songs in the fields. How many colors can you count on Joseph's coat? 1, 2, 3, maybe even 12. One sunny morning, Joseph's father said, "Go find your brothers and see if they need help." Joseph packed some bread and set out. When his brothers saw him coming, his coat shimmered in the sunlight like a rainbow. But their hearts were heavy with jealousy. They whispered among themselves, and before long, Joseph was sent away to Egypt, far from home. In Egypt, Joseph worked hard and prayed every day. He trusted that God was still with him, even when life felt unfair. He worked in a house, then in a prison, but no matter where he was, Joseph stayed faithful, wise, and patient. Years passed. The king of Egypt, called Pharaoh, had a strange dream about 7 fat cows and 7 skinny cows. No one could explain it, except Joseph. "God has shown me," Joseph said kindly. "There will be 7 good years, then 7 years of famine. Save food now so people won't go hungry." Pharaoh was amazed. "You, Joseph, shall be in charge of all the land." And just like that, Joseph became the second most powerful man in Egypt. The famine Joseph warned about soon came. Back in Canaan, Joseph's family ran out of food. "Go to Egypt," their father said, "and buy grain so we can live." So the brothers traveled across the desert, dusty and tired. When they arrived, they bowed before Egypt's governor, without realizing he was Joseph. Joseph's heart pounded. After all these years, here they were. He could have been angry, but he wasn't. He wanted to know if their hearts had changed. He spoke in a royal voice. "Where do you come from?" "From Canaan," they said. "We need food for our family." Joseph sent them home with grain, but told them, "Bring your youngest brother next time." When they returned with little Benjamin, Joseph's eyes filled with tears. He stepped away to weep. His heart was full of love and memories. Comment: I found it. If you spot the hidden dove in this scene, Joseph could not hide his feelings any longer. His heart raced, his eyes filled with tears, and he asked everyone else to leave the hall. When the great doors closed, his voice trembled as he cried out, "I am Joseph, your brother." The brothers froze in shock. Their mouths fell open. "Joseph, but we hurt you. You must be angry with us." They fell to their knees, shaking with fear. But Joseph took a deep breath and smiled through his tears. "Don't be afraid," he said gently. "You meant to harm me, but God used it for good, to save many lives." He stepped forward and opened his arms. One by one, his brothers came close, and Joseph hugged them tightly. Their tears mixed with joy. Forgiveness filled the room like warm sunlight. The pain of the past melted away. Joseph had chosen love, and through that love, his whole family was saved. Joseph's heart overflowed with joy. He sent wagons, food, and gifts all the way to Canaan to bring his father and family safely to Egypt. When his father Jacob finally arrived and saw Joseph standing there, alive and smiling, he wept with happiness. "My son, my precious Joseph, you are alive," he cried. Joseph ran to him and hugged him tightly. "God brought us back together," Joseph whispered. "He turned our sadness into joy." Soon the whole family was together again in Egypt. They shared food, laughter, and songs that echoed through the warm evening air. Benjamin clapped his hands and shouted, "This is the best day ever." Joseph smiled and said, "What matters most is love." Everyone nodded, their hearts full of peace. The tiny dove fluttered above their table, landing gently on Joseph's shoulder as sunlight filled the room. Joy and love surrounded them all. Subscribe for a new Bible cartoon every week. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, it means choosing love instead of anger. When we forgive, our hearts feel lighter, our smiles shine brighter, and we make room for God's joy. Joseph showed that even when others hurt us, God can use everything for good. May your heart be like Joseph's, kind, forgiving, and full of peace.